Recently, Covaxin, which is also the indigenous vaccine, has been given the permission to be administered in age group of 15 to 17, and also it can be used as the booster dose. To talk on the vaccine's future, its efficacy against Omicron, and also its role as a booster job and many more things, we have the chairman and MD of Bharat Biotech, the manufacturer of Covaxin, Dr. Krishna Ella, with us. Sir, welcome to Mirror Now. Thank you very much for taking out time. So the very first question I straight want to go to you, Dr. Ella, is on the production. What is the quantity of vaccine that you are producing right now? And given the demand that is there, if you can tell us how much of the production is there right now of your company?
We are working on 1 billion dose annualized capacity right from the beginning. There is little ups and downs, I agree. But this month, we are supplying 5.8 crores doses to the government. Next month, around 6.2, 6.3 crores. We are also busy with so many clinical trials, perfecting a lot of issues, supplies, raw material. There's so many issues. You know, I don't want to bore you all those things, but I can be assured, you can be rest assured. And by statement, I'm saying nothing less than 5 crores to be supplied from now onwards.
Dr. Ella, I asked you specifically about the production because we are seeing this vaccine is being given to children. It is also being given as a precaution dose. So in the coming days, we are going to see a large demand. You have signed MOUs with the public sector utilities. What progress has so far taken place on that front? If you can tell us about that.
Two-pronged approach, Ayushman. One, our own capacities will be touching around 6 crores, 60 million doses per month, number one. We also out-licensed to Immunological, Hester, and 2 other companies, and we are waiting their production to increase. Okay, today, the entire burden is on us only right now. So we are supplying 6 crores per month for sure, no questions on that. But we are waiting other manufacturers to catch up. Once they catch up, again will go. But again, we are increasing the capacity is increasing slowly. But it's like a pregnant lady. You can't have in 2 months a delivery of a baby. It's a 9 months. Biological system, some of the platform technologies are inefficient, but the best technologies, best efficient, best safety product, the best product. So it takes time, but I can tell, rest assured, you will not have less than 5.8 crores from this month onwards.
So the Bharat Biotech recently claimed that there were some reports of unapproved vaccines being given to children in the age group of 15 to 17. If you could please throw some light on that. What actually happened? Because the company tweeted about it.
One, we are the only one who has shown efficacy in adults, number one. Okay? So efficacy was shown. So same dose is given to children also. So we expect more or less or higher efficacy than adults also in children. Because we published a paper, higher immunogenicity in the children, and same dose is given. So we expect not less than adult dose of efficacy. That's number one. Number two, variants, we have data published, all the variants. And number three, the platform technology that we are using is inactivated vaccine. Child is given all the time in the world. Injectable polio vaccine, or rabies vaccine, JE vaccine, all are given in the national immunization, particularly JE vaccine and the inactivated polio vaccine. Both are given in the national immunization program. Both are inactivated, same platform technology. So which one you think safer for children?
Dr. Ella, did the company actually inform the government, or the health ministry in particular, that there was some reports of unapproved vaccines being administered to children?
I've not talked to the government at all, honestly. I'm just minding my work. I'm minding my science. I don't want to go to the ministry and influence and all those things. I will never do that. Okay? I'll do the best science. Leave it to the society to decide.
Moving on to the next question, Dr. Ella. It is being said that somewhere it is a vaccine which is based on whole virion-based inactivated virus, and it can fight any kind of mutated form of virus. Can it actually fight Omicron? Have you conducted any study? What is your assessment? How do you see it?
We have 2-dose schedule and a booster dose schedule. We have sent all the clinical samples to US, and UK and South Africa and India. All the 4 countries we supply, and we have start getting some data, and we're analyzing. But I can tell you one thing, with the booster dose giving a very encouraging results against the variant. It is giving a better result. The Delta, even what we anticipated in the efficacy trial last year in April, when the peak of Delta variant in India, that's the time our clinical trial was captured, Delta. So we are getting extremely good results on a Delta consistently. And also, Omicron also, we are showing some good results, which will come out in next 2-3 days soon in the public domain.
Dr. Ella, the virus is changing and it is mutating fastly. We all know that. Is there a plan in place in terms of research and development that you are pursuing, looking at the nature of the virus, so that the vaccine also evolves in the future as the virus is mutating and it is changing its behavior? Do we have a plan like that at Bharat Biotech?
Sir, yes, number one. Number two, Dr. Jacob John, who is authority on the pediatric vaccines in the world, is one of the best virologists in the world. Okay, he is from CMC Vellore, retired. And he told me one thing, we should call Omicron not as anymore SARS-CoV-19. We should be called COVID-21. It's a totally different from the SARS-CoV-19. Okay, it's a totally different. You have 35 mutation in RBD region. Okay, it's a concern for us. You look at it now, recently, no monoclonal antibody is working against Omicron. All monoclonal antibody failed because there's so much changes in RBD region. So nothing is working against monoclonal antibody also. So we knew that, and what Dr. Jacob John said, it's a COVID-21. If that is the case, then we need to think our strategies differently. And we are on the job right now.
So, Dr. Ella, one of the most anticipated version of vaccine that is being awaited here is the intranasal vaccine. And in fact, your company has moved to DCGI with an application for its administration as one of the booster dose in both category for the people who have taken Covaxin as well as Covishield. What is the progress that we are seeing in terms of the intranasal vaccine? How far the clinical trials have gone?
Actually, you people know more results than us compared to SEC committee meetings. Okay, so you have better intelligence. No, we were trying to figure out a lot of things in the nasal. I want to tell you that many nasal vaccines failed in the clinical trial. Okay, I want to warn the people. Okay, it's not something I've not thought about it. I've thought about it. So we figured out the problem. Why the others have failed? Why we also got into trouble, but we figured out the science now, and which I don't want to disclose right now. But now we are confident this will make it reality. And first time in the world, we'll show to the world that how to make it work nasal vaccine. And so we are working in we have done 2 phase 2 trials. Good. Now 2 phase 3 trials we are doing now. One is a booster dose, whether Covishield people or Covaxin people given a booster dose, and that 1 dose vaccine. And coming to Covaxin 1 dose, second dose will be nasal. That also the testing will go on. And so we're doing 5,000 people. I think, I'm not sure, is it 3,000 to 5,000 people? Around 5,000 people we're doing each trial. It's a big trial. So that's a phase 3. So we've done 1 phase 1, 2 phase 2 trials, and 2 phase 3 trials. Just imagine how many clinical trials we're doing. Okay, so I think people should appreciate the type of clinical research we are doing in the world. And you are comparing with us to big multinationals. That puts tremendous pressure on us to prove that, yes, we can also do good science. The only thing Indian media also should believe in Indian science.
Dr. Ella, there is also criticism that somewhere the vaccine is being administered as precaution dose, but there is not much of study that you have done in terms of booster dose administration. How do you respond to those criticisms?
I think we are the only company shown in the world, booster dose gives you T-cell response, long-term T-cell response. No other company has shown that one. I'm telling you, honestly, watching on this one. Okay, I think people want to criticize because Indian company is easy to criticize and get away. Okay, and I think that's what they're doing. Let them do it. I don't care about it. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell is we have shown the IgG response goes down as the time progresses, but not fully zero. But T cell response, we have a response for 400 days. We noticed 400 days also the T cell response remains same. And now 3 days back, a publication has come from the Western world saying that T cell is a very important to protect against Omicron or any variants. And this is what I've been talking for last 18 months, the T cell response is important. That's why we added new adjuvant into our vaccine to shift from IgG response to T cell response. These I said many TV channels right in beginning of 2021. Okay, I said this is a very critical to have T cell response. When I say Indian scientist says, nobody wants to take it seriously. When it comes from Western world publication, oh, now everybody's T cell response. Important. And we are shown, we are the only company shown a booster dose, how the T cell response protected, how T cell response, the immunogenicity is increasing and is stable. And we put it in the public domain already, publication. And if that also they criticize, God only can save them. I think we should send them to some other country to get vaccinated.
Dr. Ella, on children vaccination, you have been given the permission to administer the age group of 15 to 17. Your clinical trial involved the children from age group of 2 to 18. Now, the DCGI has given this permission from 15 to 17. Will you be moving to the DCGI for lowering the age bracket in terms of children vaccination?
I'm not here to lobby anything, honestly. I've done, when I started the COVID project, I always look at why we choose the platform technology, Ayushman. We choose the platform, we know that this virus will not stay with adults. Will go to children. After children, it will go to animals. Okay? I predicted that as a virologist. Okay? So when we develop the vaccine, we choose a platform that can go to adults and child. Okay? So therefore, we position that platform. We have done a clinical trial, 2 to 18, and that also been put in the public domain for the people to review. Okay? And that also done. I am not here to ask the government. It's a government purview. They want to do it 15 to 18 and then 12 to 15. It's a government purview. I don't want to question them. I don't want to insist anything. And I think let the process go on. I mean, let system take over slowly. Let the process go on.
Yours is the only vaccine which is currently approved for administration in adolescents. In Western countries, we have seen reports of case rise in pediatric population. Do you think it is a time that government lowers the bracket of age in children in terms of vaccination, or do we still need large number of real world data before we do that, or the government does that?
Government will lower it down after some time. See, it's a good strategy to give 15 to 18, see any adverse reaction. Okay? Children are very important. It can be, if child gets some adverse reaction, mother and grandmothers are not going to keep quiet. Both are going to shout at us. Okay? So I think, let the process start. Now we'll keep coming down. Okay? That's how we do the clinical trial also. We do adults and then come to teenagers, from teenagers to children, and then come to the infants, newborn babies. That's how we do the trial also. The same process is going on right now.
Dr. Ella, as you said, the Covaxin has been subjected to a lot of criticism, but what has changed post the World Health Organization's emergency use licensure? Do you think the acceptability of Covaxin has increased at the global level? If you can answer that.
I just want to tell you, the criticism is within India, not outside. Outside countries are appraising me. Okay? So many countries want to say, why not we have an alternative platform in those countries? They're demanding this vaccine. Okay? So that's a good sign, actually. Okay? It is only Indian who doesn't like Indian science, who are on piggybacking on something else. They want to always defame India. And they're born only for that purpose. Okay? They've never done science in their life, but they want to criticize others who does the science. That's the nature of some of the people. Okay? And also TV channels like some controversy. You always like, put some sensationalize all those issues. I'm not bothered. As a scientist, can I do a good science? Can I do credible science? Can I publish in peer-reviewed journals? And what else? You have 21 publications. Ayushman, the All India Institute of Medical Science, has published a just JAMA, journal, where effectiveness of our vaccine, where healthcare workers who are nurses working with COVID patients, they've been vaccinated and looked at it, whether they get reinfection because they're working in COVID in intensive care. 86% effective. What else you want? There are other countries, vaccine is used, 3 doses over, still getting a disease. So what is the criticism valid in this country? I don't know, honestly. I don't know, should we encourage these sort of things, people in the media? And I think we should ask them the hard questions. And I think, if public doesn't support Indian science, where do we go? Then I should leave the country and go back to US and do the science there.
So, Dr. Ella, how many countries are you actually in touch with in order to export the vaccines? Do we have a number there?
We exported more than 25 countries already, and we are talking to various countries. The process starting, so going on, right?
Dr. Ella, coming back to the production part again, what actually went wrong in terms of why didn't the production go as it was anticipated and expected? You had signed several MOUs with the public sector utilities. Why did production, as per expectations, didn't go up? What happened there?
I don't know why they ask me this question and again and again. This virus needs a BSL-3 containment facility. Number one. People should appreciate that. And we are the only one company in the world has got a BSL-3 containment production facility in the world. BSL-3 containment production facility. BSL-3 labs are there, but not the production facility. We are the only one. And it has to be produced when there was no vaccine. When there was no vaccine, it has to be produced in BSL-3 containment. You understand the limitation of production? And I think the scientists who are criticizing me, and I want them to work in BSL-3 containment for 1 month inside. They should work. Easy to criticize sitting on the TV channels, but they should understand hardship of working in a containment facility in a BSL-3 and produce a vaccine, which are very tough vaccine to be manufactured. The guys who are criticizing me never produced any vaccine in the world, but they criticize.
Dr. Ella, are you ready with the kind of production number that is needed? Because the demand is going to be huge. We have the precaution doses, we have the doses for children, and we also have the first and second dose, which are already being given to eligible population. So are you ready with that kind of numbers because the demand is going to be high?
I think we are really working hard, honestly, Ayushman. We are working very hard, and we increase the number of facilities. And right now, we're touching around 70 million. In bulk production. We are facing a problem with the filling capacity. So there is, each one has got different problems. We're reaching 75 million doses in a bulk production, but we are filling capacity, we are limiting. We are looking at alternative source. How do we fill those vaccines in other places? But we are working. But there's a limitation on that. And I want to say that. But I can tell you honestly, you can't, even if you give 100 million doses, you're not going to vaccinate children within next 1 month. It's not going to be possible. It has to go down systematically go down. We should not vaccinate and then figure out, 5 years people has got a lot of adverse reactions. That's more dangerous. So it should, what the government is doing, stepping down slowly, is the right strategy. And that should be going systematically. It's just because children are getting vaccinate everybody, and then if we figure out a lot of adverse reaction, they engage. That is not good. So we keep coming down is the right strategy. Don't worry, we'll have a production. We'll be meeting that requirement.
Thank you, Dr. Ella, for your time and speaking to us at Mirror Now.